5 years ago, I did a topic about filming on school grounds. I mean, if you have a YouTube channel, you probably have done school. You probably have done school full time and done YouTube full time. I mean, YouTube part time. I want to update you now on. I'm gonna give you the very latest since what happened to me. I haven't heard back from CJ. I focused in on CJ Gonzalez, where I remember this was back in 2017, where he made a prom video, and then he went to Walmart and got a lot of paper, and then started hanging on the walls of the hallway, hanging around the hallway, without consent. And then he started filming in school again, without consent. And I wanted to talk to CJ, but I want to talk to CJ about this. I want to give him his side of the story. Like, I know that school is boring and all, but that's no excuse for you to be saying, like, for you to be getting out your camera and start filming and posting on YouTube. There are going to be a lot of people who find out about your channel. You film them, and they don't like it, they're going to find your channel, they're going to report you, and you're going to end up getting detention or suspension or whatever. But there was another friend of mine. Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah. If you're watching this, you know who you are. You filmed on school property without consent. You know what consent means? Consent is another word for permission. Permission or something to happen or agreement to do something. So consent is another word for permission. So you never gain consent or got a consent from people saying, hey, I have a YouTube channel, so maybe on camera. You should have just gotten out and say, hey, this and that and the other. But what you need to do next time, I mean, you already have a YouTube channel. I mean, it's already too late. You already graduated. It's been too late, but if you have kids, you know who you are. You need to make sure you teach your children not to film on school property when they get into high school years. If they film on school property, that's going to go back to when you were in trouble. And I should have reported you. I should have told you, draw up the camera right now, or I'm going to report you. Unless you have a consent form that says otherwise. You don't listen to me? Let's go. Go down to the office, refuse to show up the camera. He's going to post it on YouTube, whatever. That's going to make the school look bad. And even Dom Tracy, he always got written up because of his videos. Like, if you look up Dom Tracy's school, the school pops up and all the teachers are mad at him. Like, all the teachers are mad at him. You know why? The teachers are mad at him because he films at school. I mean, we got school, he got skip school. Everything is school. And all the teachers hate him because of what he did. Because of a threat. It was all because of a bomb threat that they called in. So a lesson here to be learned is, don't film on school property. if they see you can film outside of school, don't listen to that. You're still gonna film on school property, like you can film outside of school. That doesn't mean stuff. It doesn't mean crap. It only means is you can't film on school property, ever. Jack Doherty had the same thing. He filmed on school property. His assistant principal got on him and saying this and that, the other. He skipped class. He filmed in school, and he got a day of in-school suspension. Then he filmed his in-school suspension, and then what happened was he got more days of in-school suspension for filming on school property. And he said in the video, if it never happens again, we're going to bring in the superintendent, this and that and the other, and we'll have a meeting. Then he skipped his in-school suspension, and then he's going to have another in-school suspension. Like, I know you guys, in-school suspension sucks. You sit there and do nothing. But you have homework to do, your assignments. Everyone brings in your assignments, you do your homework, you sit there and do nothing. That's it. I've never been in school suspension because I've never been in ISS. All you do is sit there and do your work. That's it. For those of you complaining saying you don't do nothing, you do your work. That's it. Alright. Next, there's new evidence going on at yesterday's trial. Friday's trial, I should say. We'll give you the very latest on that trial, including that Oxford lawsuit that happened with an updated lawsuit filed when we come back. If you've been watching news on this broadcast, I've been talking about the latest on the Oxford school shooting. Now, to update you guys, there's been a lawsuit that's been filed from the attorney. There's been a lawsuit filed against the school from the victims also, because they ignored the warning signs. They're suing them for gross negligence because they ignored the warning signs, this and that, the other, and now there's updates about it. So here's what Click on Detroit has to say.
In the amended lawsuit, Southfield attorney Jeffrey Feiger says the defendants acted recklessly, demonstrating a substantial lack of concern for whether an injury results. The 107-page lawsuit added 11 new counts against school officials, alleging Superintendent Tim Thorne and Principal Stephen Wolf had reviewed Ethan Crumbley's social media posts threatening students, and that both were aware Crumbley had brought the remains of a mutilated animal to school. The lawsuit claims Principal Wolf directed teachers and counselors to tell students to stop reporting or sharing the incidents, and that Superintendent Thorne also discouraged students and parents from discussing the social media posts. Feiger filed the original lawsuit in early December on behalf of two sisters who survived the shooting. 15-year-old sophomore Ethan Crumbley has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree premeditated murder and 20 other felonies. Feiger called the defendants' conduct outrageous, saying it shocks the conscience and that they are not entitled to qualified immunity.
The attorney Cindy Pine filed a second $1 million lawsuit in state court as well. The complaint alleged that the district administrative staff failed to ignore the warning signs. On Friday, the 107-page lawsuit was amended and added 11 new counts against school officials. They were arguing that the defendants recklessly demonstrated a substantial lack of concern. It's against 2 people, Tim Thorne, who was the superintendent, and Stephen Wolf, who was the principal. Reviewed and suspected shooter social media posts who threatened students. The lawsuit claims Wolf directed teachers and counselors to tell students to stop reporting or sharing incidents. The superintendent is said to have discouraged students and parents to discuss the social media post and complaint. But according to Jeffrey Feiger, on November 30th, Riley and Bella were in the school bathroom with a friend when the shooting began. As the 3 exited the bathroom, Crumbley reported shot at the group when Riley friends, who was shot in the neck. Bella was not shot by gunfire, and says that Riley was extremely lucky to have survived the gunshot wound around the neck. As less than 2% of people reportedly survive an injury. But Crumbley is facing 24 charges in connection with deadly shooting, including 4 counts of first-degree murder and 20 other felonies. Friday, he made this right to a preliminary examination hearing and has been bound over to trial. And this is the 100-page lawsuit. Like 107 pages of this. You gotta print out a lot of pages. But in response to the lawsuit, Timothy Mullins, who's the attorney of the Oxford Community School District, provided the following statement. The allegations that Figer has made the individual's name are false. As specific to the case, there's an ongoing criminal investigation and prosecution. The school district has been asked not to say anything that will interfere with the sheriff's investigation of the Oakland County prosecutor's criminal case. We are honoring and abiding by that commitment. It's like, you're the one that ignored the signs. Why aren't you investigating yourselves? You ignored the warning signs. Now, if this goes up to the state court, which it is, it is going to court. There was an alternative. And the administrators, Patel and the attorney, and for their attorney, the Oxford Schools administrators betrayed the trust. I mean, that's a good reason why you assume in the school district. That's a very good reason. But suing the school districts over gross negligence is just the right thing to do. There's no reason. There's probably no reason for that. But if I can talk to Jeffrey Figer on this subject, he would come forward and tell me more about the lawsuit. I mean, that's 107 pages. Even in the trial, if you missed the trial, you would have seen Jennifer Crumbley roll her eyes. She rolled her eyes during the trial when they denied her bond to be lowered to $100,000. But the bond stays at $500,000. She did it. And and if you haven't seen the new evidence yet, I mean, just today I've learned that the Crumbleys drained their son's account where he had 99 cents. 99 cents! He had $3,000 in his account, but they took it out of him. If it was punishment, okay, but if it wasn't, but these parents ignored to help them. If they had helped their son, instead of just buying him that gun, they wouldn't be in this mess. None of this would have happened. Now those two are on the naughty list. But it's very inappropriate just to. But finding a trip to school, bringing a gun to school, it's very inappropriate. And it's against zero tolerance policy, which we're going to talk about after the break. After the break, schools and zero tolerance. When we come back. Before we continue, I want to give a huge shout out to Kristen Walla. Kristen Walla, if you're watching this, welcome to Corpus Christi, and good job being a great meteorologist. I know you'll do great. And top off Bill Vesey. And I hope to see you one day. So if you're watching this, you did great. And welcome to the Coastal Bend. Let's continue on. Now, when you go to school, you expect to feel safe. With all these zero tolerances happening, we don't mind these zero tolerances, but that's what parents care about these days. Zero tolerance and this. Why can't Johnny read? 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 Damn, that gets old. But there is one thing for the school board's zero tolerance policy. anything that can be used as a weapon is a weapon. What? What does that mean? I mean, knives, guns, swords, real knives, real guns, real swords. Those are weapons. Saw, that's a weapon. But wait a minute. A saw is a tool. A razor, that's a tool to shave your face or your legs. But I think I've done this before, but we're gonna look at some weapons that go with the zero tolerance and some weapons that don't go with the zero tolerance. So let's look at this. Keyhole saw. Is it a weapon? Weapon or not a weapon? Not a weapon. Because it's a tool. Pliers. Weapon or not a weapon? Not a weapon. Because it's a tool. A wrench. Weapon? Not a weapon. Not a weapon. Again, because it's a tool. Let's see what else. A baton. Weapon? Not a weapon. A weapon. Because it can be used, but the police can use it. A machete. Weapon or not a weapon? Both. Number one, a machete. If you bring a machete to school and think about defending yourself, you can really hurt someone because that's a weapon. And number two, why it's not a weapon, it's also a tool. You can use a machete to like cut branches and stuff. A chainsaw. Weapon, not a weapon. It's a weapon and a tool. Chainsaw can be used to cut down wood. Unless you can use it to cut down your Xbox One. Yeah, don't do that. Let's see what else. A dagger. That's a weapon. And even if you show a little bit of tolerance, you wouldn't call it zero tolerance. And if someone were to bring a weapon to school, that'd be an automatic suspension. And if you told your students, bring your tools in, blah, 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 then it would cut down a bit of paperwork. You think I'm quoting an episode of King of the Hill? I would think so. Hank Hill teaches shop, and he tells the students, bring your tools, blah, 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 and yet Bobby gets suspended. Bobby doesn't get suspended, and then Hank gets suspended. So that's why we need to show a little bit of tolerance and just realize that tools are tools and weapons are weapons. How's COVID doing? Well, let's find out today. We're at 5 million cases, plus 49,172. 76,000 deaths in the state of Texas. That's 94. We're at 77,000. New Oasis County, 68,553 with over 1,300 deaths. There's been 1.6 billion tests have been taken. Over 400,000 positive tests have been had. 24% have been positive. Hospitalizations, 119,000. People in ICU, over 20,000. Vaccinations, 19.5. 16.6 been fully vaccinated. And right now, we're at 67.6% and 57.4%. Now, how about our local schools? How about Flower Bluff? I swear. 9 cases for today. 5 junior high students. 3 intermediate. 3 elementary. None for primary. Great job, Primary. You deserve your 2 thumbs up. ECC has 1. Not bad. But Transportation has 0. Jeez Louise. So in total, that's like, throughout this month, it's like, that's 42. Things have to change. What about Freer ISD? Well, they're updating us saying that, well, here's the update. Let Mike or Leslie talk to you. Take a look.
Update out of the Freer ISD tonight. District leaders there announcing their return to campus date for the new semester is being pushed back due to COVID concerns. They were originally going to return tomorrow, but in a letter by Superintendent Conrad Cantu, they will resume normal operations Monday, January 10th instead, citing that currently there's approximately 12% of staff that's positive for the virus and 16 students who've tested positive, with 42 in quarantine due to exposure. All school activities have also been canceled for tomorrow and Friday. Cantu says students will not have to make up these days.
Thank you, Leslie. That's the whole reason why. 12% of staff are positive and 16 positive cases per students. I mean, look at what happened on Wednesday. 17. You really think that that's that bad? You're still at stage 2. You haven't done anything but sit there and do nothing. You haven't done anything. Nothing at all. Nothing. What else can people do? I've been telling you guys this since day 1. Masks. Extremely, very, very important. Nose. Not down the nose. Not during the chin. No, it's difficult to breathe, but live with it. Get through it. Get over it if you have to. Wash your hands. Hot water. Cannot exceed 110 degrees. Very hot water to kill bacteria and stop the spread of germs. Social distance. 6 feet or more. Don't let me get out that guy. Don't let me get out that parody. Disinfect your area every time. You got Lysol. Use it. Disinfectant wipes, paper towels. Even if you're in school, you still got to do the same thing. If you ride transportation, the same thing. If your child's under 2, no masks. Medical condition, you got to wear it. And they'll probably help you out if you stay out. They'll help you out. Just that simple. You got to protect yourselves. We're 2 months away from the 2-year anniversary, and we need to do something. If we don't do something fast, we're going to end up going back to square one. Get yourself vaccinated. I am begging you out there. Get out there, get vaccinated, and let's go on normal with our lives. I don't want to go back to square one. I really don't. I'll be back in a moment. Coming up on Monday, you're gonna meet a woman, and you're gonna meet a woman who had 5 COVID vaccination shots. Why did she do it? She'll explain. And you're also gonna see a group of people who partied on an airplane from Canada to Cancun. And you're also gonna meet a teacher who defended her resignation and posted it on TikTok. And then coming up on Tuesday, and they're also going to have the 1-year anniversary of the 1-year anniversary of the riot that happened. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have that special review on Sunday. That's all for this edition of Give Me a Break Saturday going to Sunday. We'll see you again for a special Give Me a Break Sunday on the Capitol riot 1 year ago today. And again, Christy Wallen, if you watch this, welcome to the Coastal Bend, welcome to Corpus Christi, welcome to South Texas. I hope to see you one day, and hey, why not stop by the show every now and then? I would love to have a special guest co-anchor come on here. Which I do need one. Take care of yourself and each other, and have a good night.